This is the Brabus G700 and it's a little bit like Conor McGregor since he started acting.
I can't see what this is about. Where the f is everyone?
Because it's now even more in your face than the standard G63. Anyhow, in this video I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this vehicle. The upgrades. Oh look, Brabus brake calipers. Going to take it for a drive. Oh police, don't pull me over. And of course I'm going to launch it to see how quick it is from 0 to 60 miles an hour. I'm Matt Watson and you're watching Carwow. Unless you are Conor McGregor, then I'm not Matt Watson at all. I'm someone else impersonating him. Let's check out the visual changes over a standard G63. You have a redesigned lower bumper there. You also have a big B logo for Brabus in place with a three-pointed star. This piece of carbon fibre on the bonnet, which looks like air vents to feed air into the engine, but actually no, none of the vents are real. It's all for show. Speaking of show, we've got to talk about the wide star body, which makes this car 10 centimetres wider than a standard G63. So you've got these huge flared wheel arches that this redesigned bumpers just flow into. And 24-inch alloy wheels. You might think, oh, Brabus brake calipers, but they are actually no different to the normal ones on the G63. Brabus have just sprayed them. Anyway, here's some more fake vintage here. We've got matte door mirrors, huge lights on the top to blind oncoming drivers. I mean, this car is all about like making a statement and being seen, and it really does in this exclusive green hell, what's it called?
Green Hell Magno.
In this exclusive green hell Magno paint. Green hell, Nürburgring, Magno, because it has this matte effect, I imagine. Now, moving down here, we have new exhaust pipes, so they're not shiny like on the G63. The back, once again, widened wheel arches. More fake vintage around here. Coming to the back, you got your Brabus logo, redesigned rear bumper. Up here, look at that. Roof spoiler! Because this car clearly needs some downforce, doesn't it? I think the weight will keep it on the ground. And then here at the back, we have matte effect around the wheel cover and carbon fibre with Brabus on it. Oh yeah, last thing. Very important, 700, denoting the 700 horsepowers. Here on the inside, there aren't that many changes over a standard G-wagon. For instance, you can get this Alcantara steering wheel with carbon fibre on a normal G63. You can also get carbon fibre here on a G63 if you want, and here. However, what's unique to the Brabus, these two-tone seats with the green to match the exterior. You've got Brabus mats, you've got Brabus illuminated there on the kick plates. There's a little badge there that says exclusive Brabus. I don't know where it is. Am I pointing in the right direction? Somewhere down there anyway. And essentially, that's your lot. Now you might have noticed these little dots there, wondering what those are. They've actually been put on there by the dealer that sells these things. It's called Redline. They deal in used supercars. They're based in Knaresborough in Yorkshire. Right, lad, how you doing? This is a right sensible car. This is for driving around Yorkshire. Anyhow, they sorted us out this car, so thanks to them. If you want to go get a supercar or something like this, go check them out. So this vehicle, when it was new, £300,000. However, it's available through Redline at £215,000. It's only done 5,500 miles. Bit of a bargain. Want to sell your car quickly, easily, and for a fair price? Then head to Carwow to have over 4,000 trusted dealers ready to bid on it in an online auction. First, enter your car's registration to get an instant approximate valuation. Then, if you want to proceed, give us some more details and upload some photos, and we'll help you set a fair reserve price for your car. That's the minimum amount you'd be happy to sell it for. Once you've done that, we'll enter your car into an online auction. When the auction's over, we'll let you know the result, and the dealer with the winning bid will be in touch to arrange easy payment and free collection of your car. 93% of sellers surveyed said they got the price they expected or more through Carwow. The best bit is, it's completely free! I put a link in the description of this video and the pinned comment to take you directly to Carwow, where over 4,000 dealers are ready to bid on your car. Or you can just click on the pop-out banner that should be appearing in the top right-hand corner of the screen now. Alternatively, just Google "Help Me Carwow" and we will help you sell your car quickly, easily, and for a fair price. on with the video. Here in the back seats, there's even fewer changes over a normal G. And you do have the green two-tone and the stitching like you do in the front, but other than that, same as normal really. So knee room's all right. Headroom's extremely good. Plenty of foot space. Oh, there is one Brabusy bit. Let me show you. Yeah, look. There. On the lock stalk, or what do you call those things? What do you call these things, Rory? We all know what they are. But anyway, look, the things, whatever they may be called, they've got Brabus on them and they're nice knurled metal. The brake capacity is the same as a normal G63, so 667 litres, really useful, massive space. But look, you do have a Brabus boot liner. Lovely. Other than that though, nothing else different. Gosh, that door is heavy. And that brings me on to 5 annoying things about the Brabus G700. For a car that costs £300,000 new, condensation in the headlights just isn't acceptable. The average fuel consumption over the life of this vehicle has worked out to 15.5 miles to the gallon. Okay. Whenever you give someone a lift, they don't realise that you absolutely have to slam the doors on a G-wagon. So they'll get out and then they'll go like this, and it won't be shut properly. And you have to jump out the driver's seat and get out and shut it properly, which is like that. The rear parking sensors don't seem to take into account the protruding wheel on the back of the vehicle, and so they won't flatline until you've actually touched an obstacle like this bush. Can you hear? Listen. I'm wrong.
It seemed to do it.
It worked. It worked. Lies. There's not much choice when it comes to fitting tyres to this vehicle. I think there's just one option, and they're these redesigned. And they're quite expensive. They're over £600 a corner. It's not all negative though. Here's 5 good things about this car. This vehicle is a one of one. Reason being, it's the only G to have this green hell magno paint. The exhaust on the G700 not only looks slightly different to that on a normal G63, it's been tuned for more noise. Let's have a listen to it, start it up. Oh yeah, it's even more bassy. Give it some revs. I can feel that in my chest, it's so bassy. More. Oh yeah, I like the sound of that. One of the interesting things about this car is that if you don't want the whole G700 NUS, you can buy bits of it separately, such as the engine upgrade. That's £6,500 just for the 700 horsepower. Or you could just have this thing, which is known as the bonnet attachment. Guess how much this is? It's £7,500. So it's more than the engine upgrade, which is madness. Just open the bonnet. I want to show you this. It really doesn't do a thing. Look, see? There's no air being sent anywhere. It really is just an attachment. This vehicle may have 700 horsepower and crazy add-ons like a carbon fibre spare wheel cover and a pointless spoiler, but it's still got a good old tow hitch. Yeah, you can tow up to 3.5 tons with your 700 horsepower G-wagon. Well, the kind of person that buys this car will never take it off-road. If they needed to or wanted to, it'd be more than capable, because it's a proper hardcore off-roader with a traditional ladder frame chassis, a low range mode for the gearbox, and a central rear and front locking differential. The G700 uses the same 4-litre twin-turbo V8 that you get in a normal G63. However, as the name suggests, you have 700 horsepower. Now, Brabus have been able to achieve this by fitting the car with a new ECU, which can control fueling and boost pressure. Torque is up as well from 850 Newton meters to 950 Newton meters. You've still got a 9-speed automatic gearbox driving all 4 wheels. Gotta say, I feel kind of conspicuous driving this big, crazy, green G around town. And it's made even more conspicuous by the carbon, the crazy lights, which you can blind people with, the noise from the exhaust. To any onlooker, they're going to think I'm either a footballer, a rapper, or I deal in crypto. You thought I was going to say something else then, eh? What makes this a bit worse is that, look, like, if you need to manoeuvre it, because it's so attention grabbing, everyone's going to watch you make mistakes, and the turning circle is like 13.5 meters. Let me just bring up the cameras. Oh, he likes it. Oh, remember, you're in a G-wagon. Doesn't matter, just up the curbs. Hello, she's laughing at me. Yeah, he's laughing at me as well. No, my Willy is actually larger than you think it is. It's not my car. Though, to be fair, I did have a G-wagon, had one for a year in bright red, and that was quite conspicuous, but nothing compared to this Brabus version. There is something slightly pleasing about driving around in it though, because you just sit so supremely high, so forward visibility is amazing. Though the view at the back isn't quite as good as you might think because of that spare wheel. Door mirrors are an okay size, but not that big considering the size of the actual vehicle itself. Oh, police, don't pull me over. Oh, this is going to get their attention. Hi. The car's paint scheme is even brighter than the high-vis they had on their van. I tell you what, the gearbox does a good job. Very smooth. Even though it's got 9 gears, it's quite good at picking the right gear. The brakes, a little bit squidgy then grabby. Oh, I was a bit jerky then when it dropped me into first gear. It's a shame. Let's do it again. I didn't do it that time, it's fine. Smooth on the upshift. The steering is quite heavy. You can still do it one-handed, which is a must when you're just cruising around town in this thing. The suspension has 3 different settings. I've got it in its softest, but because this thing rides on 24-inch alloy wheels, you feel the bumps. And the traditional ladder frame chassis, and the fact that you've got a rigid axle rear suspension, does mean that a lot more of those bumps are transmitted into the cabin and through your bottom than they would be on a normal car-like constructed SUV such as the GLS. Let's get out of here. Oh, noisy, quick. Driving along at speed, I think I've noticed something that's a bit annoying. So the light bar, which is attached to the front of the roof, it's not very aerodynamic. And I think there's quite a lot of wind buffeting coming from it, which I'm hearing. And I didn't have that noise from a normal G-wagon, the one that I used to run. So that's a definite downside of that light bar. Though maybe you don't care because it allows you to blind other people. Look, blind. Yeah, that buffeting sound's getting really quite bad now. Oh. Anyway, let's slow it down and see what the pickup is like from this very, very torquey engine. So I'm going to go to 40. Just cruise, 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 and I'm going to count it in. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to floor it now. Bloody hell. Well, there we go. You're kind of wrestling with it as it takes off, and it's like skitting about all over the place. What an utter nutter. It's like holding on to the reins of a runaway horse. Great noise as well from that exhaust. Just when you thought that the G63 didn't need to be any quicker, Brabus goes, all right, let's give it an extra 100 horsepower. Madness. Despite rating the engine, Brabus haven't done anything to the chassis on this thing, apart from fit it with slightly wider wheels. So dynamically, it's just going to be the same as a normal G-wagon. I've put it into its spoiler setting and the stiffest suspension to stop it leading in the bends. Now, when you compare this to the old G-wagon, the latest version just handles so much better because it's got independent front suspension and proper rack and pinion steering, and you can drive this thing way quicker than you think you might be able to. It's crazy. But there'll come a point where this car's 2.6 tons will get the better of it and you're just going to push on. Not there. But my God, it just absolutely flies out the turns. Whoa! Oh, what a thrill ride. It's quite crazy sitting in something this high that just goes this quick. That is addictive. It definitely feels quicker and more powerful than the standard G63. It really does. It feels like it wants to wheelie. When I was accelerating then going up the hill, it's like it's going to wheelie. There, it's wheeling. It just feels like it's wheeling. It's so quick. But let's find out exactly how quick it is. This thing is supposed to do 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds, which is 0.2 of a second quicker than a standard G63. Let's find out what it'll really do. I'm going to launch it and time it with my specialist timing gear here. Left foot on the brake boost, go. That was a sub 4 seconds. Brutal. 3.99. Let's see how well this thing stops. I'm going to do a brake test from 60 miles an hour. Emergency start now. Oh, come on, be less than 35 metres. Come on. Just 34 metres. So then what's my final verdict on the Brabus G700? Should you avoid it? Should you consider it? Should you shortlist it? Or should you just go right ahead and buy it? Well, for the right person, they'll like it. I think it's unique and exactly what they need. For most people, they just avoid this car and get a normal G63, but pay to have the Brabus performance upgrade because the extra performance is really quite impressive. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, click on the video windows for some more videos and click on the box to go to CarWow to sell your car the easy way. Or if you do really want this, head over to Redline, okay?